Welcome to a Divine Dare Studio. How is everybody doing today? I hope that your day is going just as fabulous as mine. And I am so honored to be in this space, sharing it with you, doing all the wonderful things, creating, designing, living, loving, laughing, and being the divine being that you are. Let's jump right into it. Today, I have something super special planned because I've been getting a lot of messages about the Divine Genie. So, the Divine Genie is a prompt generator that I created that will help and assist you create images and designs for t-shirts, for mugs, for aprons, for anything that's in POD a lot faster. Most of the time that I spend is writing prompts and editing the images, of course, but figuring out that prompt and like, what is it that I need to tell AI so that I get the image that I'm looking for? That's why I created this generator. So someone asked me to go a little bit deeper into what it does and how to use it. So if you have the Divine Genie, congratulations. I love that. Thank you for the support. And I'm going to be creating videos that will help you understand it a bit more so that you can go deeper into it and really start to use it as a tool, which it was created in, to help you design a lot faster. So let's jump right into it. Bloop, bloop, bloop. As you see here, this is the Divine Genie. This is the homepage. This is what you will see when you go to the website. And the first one, I did one on the Willow Atelier, and that is the cottage core. Cottage core is huge on Etsy. It's huge on Shopify. It's just a huge aesthetic. That's the Willow Atelier up here. So on the top, as you see, you will see at the top the Divine Genie, Savage Script, Celestial Menagerie, the Wild Loom, Willow Atelier, the Painted Petal, Organic Opulence, and Divine Luxury. Those are all the tabs at the top. So today we will be going into Savage Script. So this is the one that we will be playing in. And as you see, it's so much fun. These images here, this is what I created inside of Savage Script. Now, depending on the type of AI platform that you're using, is going to give you a different image. For this one, I really like to use Canva AI or ideogram. So what we want to do, I'm going to close out some of these tabs. I get, you guys, people make fun of me so much for having like 100 tabs open. Please forgive me. Let me just close out one of those and let's get back to it. So what you'll see is the AI platform that you use will dictate the outcome. They're all different. So whether you're using Canva AI, ideogram, Mid-Journey, Whisk, Bing is one of my favorites as well. They all do a little something different. So here in the Savage Script, what you'll have is a word. You can have it do a random word, or you can click there in the drop-down menu and it will give you a word that can go into your design. I find this very inspirational. And a lot of these t-shirts are very popular, very, very popular. So while you're out shopping or looking around, just kind of look around and see what's out there. And you'll see a lot of script on shirts, which is why I call it the Savage Script. Savage for the animals and script for the writing. Here, if you wanted to do a custom phrase or word that's not here, because clearly I can't put the whole dictionary here. But if you want to add your own custom phrase or word, you can do that here. A lot of people like to do this because they can do inspirational t-shirts or inspirational quotes or inspirational sayings or whatever type of product you put it on. You can have it be inspirational, or it could be just something like a joke or something that you want to say. You have full access to put an entire phrase in that section. Here is an animal. Now, the cool thing about this, you don't have to have an animal. You also have the option to say none. You have the option to say none here. You absolutely want to select none if you're filling in your own phrase. And you don't have to put an animal there. It can just be the word or the phrase or whatever it is that you want. Here in this drop-down menu, you will have the color. This will give a color to the actual image. The cool thing about this and why I created it in this way is because a lot of the simple cells, right? A lot of the things that sell don't have a lot of color. They're not super rich and have a lot going on. Either they're one, two, or three colors. So that's why I did that there. But you're able to change that and do multicolor if you want. That's an option as well. Here in the style, this is the style of art that you have available to select from. If there's not something here, don't worry. You can actually type it into the prompt once it is generated. The same thing goes for the animals and the words. The same thing. Yeah. If it's not there, you can type it in, and I'll show you how to do that. Here in the font style, you don't have to select a font. You can have AI select one for you, or you can select a font style and it will just do everything for you. It's pretty cool option to have if you are kind of in a space where you're like, I don't know what I want to create and I just kind of want to play around and come up with something cool. That's the really cool thing about this prompt generator as well, is that you can just play and you'll be creating something super cool and like, oh, I didn't know I could do that. And that looks amazing. Here, I have this. This is the creativity meter. It's going to actually change and alter the prompt from level 1 to level 15. And let me tell you, that level 15, that level 15 be leveling. I will say that. Depending on the creativity that you want in your outcome, AI is going to keep it simple or it's going to make it absolutely insane in the membrane. And that is totally up to you. So, whatever you want to do, you're the artist, you're the creator, do your thing. I also have this randomize button and a reset button. So you can reset it and it takes everything back to the original settings, or you can hit random, and the random would be power with a Puma, scarlet color, fractal style, in a digital font at a level 4. Here's the prompt. And I'm going to copy that prompt. As you can see, there is a notification that comes up to let you know that the prompt has been copied to your clipboard. The next step, I will go to Canva AI. I'm going to stay inside of Canva, and I might do audiogram so you can see the difference. But I'm going to go to Canva AI, and then I'm going to hit image. And at a 16:9, that's a different proportion. I like to do a 3:4 because that's about the size that you're going to want for a t-shirt design, right? So we're going to just kind of do a t-shirt design really quick. So image, style, 3:4. Now inside of Canva AI, you have all of these options. You can do pop art, vector art, all the things, but because it's already written in the prompt, I'm going to keep that at none, which is going to do style. And all we do is just paste that prompt. The prompt is there. I don't know what this is going to look like, honestly. This is the fun part. We get to just explore and have a good time and be like, what is it going to do? And it's so fun when it happens because, wow, it just created a cool image that looks kind of like Transformers or something to me. So as you can see, power, the word power is, let's see, generate that prompt. There we go. Copy prompt. Maybe I should have hit generate prompt. Either way, one, this looks great. I think this is a really cool design. If you just wanted a graphic design, I wouldn't even know how to write that prompt to produce something like that. So that's insane. I kind of like that. It's really cool. So I went back and generated the prompt, and it's going to include the word power. Whoa. Wow. Okay, so like for this one over here to the far right, all I would do if I like that one, I'm like, okay, that looks pretty cool, right? I'm going to download it, and I can take this inside of my design kit or inside of Canva, and we can refine it and we can do a lot of different things. One of the things that I do like to do is take it to my let's see, we're going to do this. Let me go back to my Canva home. I'm going to pull up some mock-ups, and I just have some general mock-ups that I use just to kind of test out designs that I like, right? So some of them I sell as digital downloadable products, and some of them I sell as POD. Because you're generating so many images, it's good to do one of each. So before I go into Canva and fine tune this and make it, absolutely perfect and download it as a PNG and then put it into Printify and create a product, sometimes I will go just directly into my mockups, just to see what it would look like as a t-shirt. And that is pretty awesome. As you can see here in my mock-ups, I have different types of mock-ups. I'm going to try it on a male mock-up because it's kind of giving some male energy. So I'm going to take this here and just kind of see, wow, what that looks like. And here you go. That quick, you created a really cool shirt. One color that says power. That's amazing. And that's how easy it is to use this prompt generator and that Savage script. And honestly, this thing is so massive what you can actually do with it. And I'm just kind of now scraping the surface. I'm going to go to ideogram. And ideogram, I really like for these images as well. As you can see, I've been busy working. So I'm just going to type this in. 4 or 5 is realistic. I'm going to take this not to realistic, but do design. Sometimes auto is cool. Ideogram is very different. So if you have ideogram, it is a paid platform. So if you have it within your means and within your budget, you can use ideogram, because ideogram is going to give you a different outcome. It's going to be a lot more clean. It's going to be very crisp. It's going to be very precise, and it just looks different, the things that ideogram does. So as you can see here, it just gave us a different outcome, and that is so cool. That is so cool. That is very, 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 very different. One of the cool things I do like about ideogram is that, say I wanted to use this image, right? You don't have to use the entire image. That's what's really cool about this. So I would take this, and you guys can see we have been creating some fun stuff over here. So I'm going to just open up this inside of Canva. I will download what I just got from ideogram, and look, either you can use that or you can use just the letters. And now you have a really cool font. You have a really cool, let's remove the background. You have a really cool font. You have a really cool look. If you just wanted to have power as a t-shirt design, that's how I would do that. So there's a lot of different things and just possibilities, I guess you would say, as to what you can do. So with Savage Script, let's say I wanted to go in and I don't want a word. I'm going to hand select everything. So I'm going to say none. And let's type in a fun little phrase like, this just came to my mind. Like, all I do is win. All I do is win. So let's say not an animal. There's none. Just select that. Let's change the color to sand. Sapphire. That would be a blue, tan, tangerine. You can select any color, or you can actually select multicolor. I have it in there twice. I must have really liked it. So what style did you want it to be in? A mandala, Japanese, holographic, hand-drawn, grunge? Let's try grunge. That would be cool. And digital, okay, let's try grunge again. Grunge. One thing that I have noticed when I do the style and the font, both in the same, it really tells AI like, hey, this is what I'm looking for. We hit the prompt is already generated, but I'm going to hit generate prompt again, copy prompt, and take this into Canva. And we're going to go back to Canva AI. We're going to go to image. Let's make sure that we want the right size. This one is really cool as well. That is so different. That fractal art, I'm going to download that because I really like that. And I'm going to paste this one. You see how I'm distracted? I'm just like, oh, look at the pretty stuff. Look at that. So we got all I do is win in a grunge style. Yo. And it's so simple. So like we want to make sure we get all I do is win. Did I type it in correct? All I do is win. Yes. Where's my is? So all I do is win. We need the is. Okay. They put the is inside of the O. Okay. I see what you did, Canva. That's kind of cool. I'm going to play around with I'm going to do a 4-3, and I'm going to reuse this prompt just to see what it does. Because sometimes changing the proportion will change the outcome as well. And it doesn't want to give me the is. Why? You know what? This is kind of something sometimes when you start getting into AI, you will notice that, oh, some platforms don't spell as spell as good as the other ones. Let's take this into audiogram and see what audiogram does with it. And while that is producing, I'm going to go back over here to Savage Script. All I do is win and multicolor and grunge, grunge, grunge. I'm going to change the style. I want to say graffiti and futuristic. And that quick out, the only thing I changed was the style, and I'm going to copy this prompt. Let's go back to audiogram and see what we got. And it did it. And it looks amazing. Wow. I love this. It has a grungy, distressed kind of look. This is going to be great for, whoa. Whoa. That one's amazing. So this is great for your text tees, your script tees, the simple tees. Again, simple cells. This looks awesome. I'm going to take this into my mockups and I'm just going to test it to see what it looks like on a mockup. Right? So we just remove the background. And I like to do this before I do all the other things and take it into Printify and make it all perfect. Yo, that is freaking awesome. That looks so good. You know what? I am in love with this. So let me put this inside of Canva and let's see what Canva does with this new prompt, because we just got a new prompt, right? Let's go back over here and get it. We're going to copy the prompt because we changed the style, remember? We're going to paste that there. So boom, boom, boom. Oh, everything's perfect. And let's see what Canva does with it, because Canva does, oh my God. Come on. Y'all see how fast that was? And it gave us the is. All I do is win. All I do is win. This one's so good. It's got that graffiti style. It looks amazing. I'm going to see what it looks like in my mock-up just to test and see what it looks like on a t-shirt and remove the background. That looks so good. You didn't even have to like worry about writing the prompt. You didn't have to like figure it all out. Like, how do I do this? What do I need to do? It just wrote it for you. And then you created an image. That looks pretty amazing. I love, 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 love that. So another thing that I've been playing around with is logos. So like, how can I make a logo? So if the logo, say the name of the company was Source. Okay. So I'm going to type in a word source here, and their totem or their logo or their image, let's say, was not an animal, but something else that's not labeled here. I'm going to show you how to do that. So let's say it's a lion, right? And let's say their color was indigo. That one just popped out. Let's say their style was more military. Okay, sure. That one just popped out. On the creativity meter, I don't want it to be too much because this is a logo and logos tend to be very simple. So I'm going to do like a 1, 2, or a 3. Let's try a 2. We're going to generate that prompt. It is here already. Perfect. Let's generate, copy. And let's take this into ideogram because ideogram does really well with these. And I'm going to paste that in there and I'm going to hit generate. And it's going to create something very simple, very to the point, and very clean because we kept that meter at a number 2. So while we're doing that, I'm going to pop over here to Canva and I'm going to paste that inside of Canva so we get 2 results, right? Then I'm going to also show you what if it wasn't a lion and it was an inanimate object that, well, man, come on. Pop, pop, there it is. And these are the ones that, you guys, this looks so good. You can create logos for companies that just want a straightforward logo that looks clean to the point, and oh my God, this looks great. So the cool thing about it is this is my prompt here. Say that I wasn't a lion, it's an indigo. Let's say the source was more like a sun. Sun is the source, right? It's a source of light and heat and warmth and all kind of things. So let's just do a sun. I'm changing it inside of the prompt itself. So I'm going to hit generate, and I'm going to do the same thing to this one in Canva. Instead of an indigo lion, it's an indigo sun. And we'll do that inside of Canva as well. I'm also showing you that you can manipulate the prompt just by changing one word, just by changing the sub. Wow. Wow. That cut me off. Just by changing the source, just by changing the subject, you got a whole different thing going on here. This one is super cool. I've never seen this style before, so I'm going to download that. I'm going to go to Ideogram and see what they came up with. Come on. Come on. This one, okay, that's very different. This is different. So I love that. This is just so many things that you can play around with and get ideas. This one is so cool. I love how it did this sun over the sea. It's amazing, right? So let's try these on the mock-ups just to give you an idea of what it looks like before we go into Canva and creating all the different things. You can change the color. The cool thing about it is like once you have the colors, you can go in here into your Canva and change the colors. Like if you wanted to alter the colors, that's what's so cool about Canva and doing this. Like you can alter the colors however you choose. So if I wanted to change that red right here to an orange, then there it is. And that's how cool Savage Script is. Like you can literally make products, designs, and t-shirts in seconds. And have the fun part is figuring out what your style is and what is the aesthetic that you're going for. Are you doing this for yourself? Are you starting your own t-shirt line? Oh, that's super cool. I love how this is grungy and kind of it's almost like an acid wash kind of look. So we can change this, and we can even make it white or change the colors, brighten it up. There's so many things that you can do to create this as or create it as the design that you want to create. There's a lot of things inside of Canva, adding filters, changing the colors, just brightening it up. There's a lot that you can do inside of Canva that would change this and make it look cool. And there it is. I mean, two very different ones. Again, you have Ideogram and you have Canva. Also, I'm going to show you what this looks like when we crank this meter up, right? So I'm going to keep it at source. I'm going to keep the lion there, indigo and graffiti military. So the only thing I'm going to do is change this. And as we are moving this meter up, you can see it changes the prompt automatically. So I put it at a level 10. That's going to be, let's keep it at a level 10. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens at a level 10 with that same prompt. So I'm just going to do this, paste it inside, and run it through Canva. While that's happening, I'm going to go over here and paste it inside of Ideogram and see what happens at a level 10 with Ideogram. So let's go back to Canva. Whoa. Whoa. Y'all. You see this? You see the magic. You see the magic. Check that out. Like, come on. This could even be, this could be so many things. It could be so many things. It didn't get, I don't know what this word is on the side, but I do like this lion head image. That is amazing. This could be anything on the side. This is cool. This almost is like giving me this movie graphic. It looks like a t-shirt. It looks like a t-shirt. I've seen this so many. I think I even have some t-shirts like this. I've done t-shirts like this. I did Fearless. There was a t-shirt that I did that was called Fearless. So let's see. Let's see what Ideogram does with it cranked up. As you can see, the difference between Ideogram and Canva. Ideogram is a lot cleaner. It gives you very clean, very crisp, very straightforward designs that are just as great and just as amazing. And then Canva just gives you a different style altogether. So, whatever style it is that you're going for, that you're wanting to create, that's up to you. You're the creator, you're the designer, you're the one creating your brand or your t shirts or your coffee mugs or whatever it is that you're doing. You guys, this is amazing. What if we wanted to take the pink out of it and make it this color? Whoa. Or make it all monochromatic. See, that's once you're inside of Canva, this is so, I mean, this is the sky is not even the limit. You can go beyond. So, this is Canva. Inside of Canva, I create threads inside of Canva where I can just take this design. And if you follow me here on YouTube, you will get more understanding of how I actually do that. But you can change the background. So if it were a black shirt, it would look like this. Let me remove the background really quickly. It would look like this on a black background, which would be a t-shirt, green. Oh, I'm not changing the color of the image, but the background. Let me do that. And you can test the background, which is what I highly recommend. Like going in here, testing the background, like, hey, what does this look like on backgrounds? And making sure that, it can fit a lot of different, take the pink out, put the blue in, and it's more monochromatic, which looks amazing. Amazing. So, you guys, that is Savage Script in a nutshell. There's so many things that you could do with this. I'm so excited. And when I created it, you know what? I'm just gonna do one more. I am divine. And we're going to put you know what? We're gonna a falcon that just popped out. I am divine falcon. Let's change the color to emerald. I love emeralds. We'll change this to fantasy. And instead of military, we'll have futuristic. We'll keep it at a level. Let's take it down to a 7. Generate that prompt, copy, go to Canva. You see how fast I'm moving through here? And I'm still teaching at the same time. I'm still doing a tutorial, but I'm moving fairly quickly. So when you're in the zone and you create your workflow, you're going to be able to go through this super, super quick and be able to create some of the most, what? A falcon. I am divine. Right? This one's amazing. I love that. I would go in and like have that I am pop out a little bit, but what? I mean, what? Ooh, I love that. This is great. Like, and it's created. There's a Divine Genie was created within Canva, so I think it works really well with Canva. I just want to see what this looks like on a shirt because this was doing all the things I needed it to do. It is great. What? Come on. And like, if I didn't want it to be like yellow, yellow, and then take it down and like mute it down a little bit, you see how easily I changed that inside of Canva just to mute those colors down a little bit. That's just an aesthetic, right? You don't have to do that, but I feel like it changes the vibe of it. It feels a little more militant. It feels a little more like masculine. That's just a color change. A lot of that I'll go deeper inside some of my other tutorials and my space on school. If you want to learn more about that, how to join my school community, I'll drop that in the description below. I'll have a link there if you want to join me on school, where I teach a lot of this and how we actually put it on different designs. Let's go back to her and let's drop that falcon and just keep it right where it is. And just to test it, Let's see. Yes, yes, girl, you are divine. And let's see if we wanted to make it a pink falcon. Boom. The color changes there. Pink and gold. Pink and gold. You guys, that is a Savage script tutorial. If you want to go even deeper into it, we could go even deeper into it, but I wanted to keep this video very short, very sweet, little bites, not too long. If you've been on my lives, we get in there and we're like, oh, let's create all the things and let's have fun and next thing you know, it's like, what? We've been in here like 2 hours, 3. Woo! Not in these videos. This is just straight to the point, and I just wanted to show you what Savage Script within the Divine Genie can actually do. And I would love to see some of your creations. So if you want to grab the Divine Genie, I'll have a link below, and you can go to my stand store, or there's a link on my profile page here on YouTube that will link you to the stand store. I'll also have that in the description. If you want that, use my code WISH77, lowercase WISH 77, and you'll get 20% off of the Divine Genie. And then I'll go deeper into what those other prompt generators do. And if you want to join my school community, well, I'll have a link below as well. If you want to join me on school, I have 2 different options. You can just pay a monthly, or you can just have a membership for a lifetime and just get in there. It is not a course. I did not create a course. I didn't want to create a thing that you have to go in and watch a whole lot of videos and things like that. It's more of a community that we just get together, we come together and talk about design. We talk about POD. We talk about all over prints, which is what I really like. And I'm also going to be putting things in there to help you be more creative. So I just launched it. It's fresh. It's new. What is it? January 16th, 2006. I don't know how far this video is going to go, but I just launched it, and it's a beautiful situation. I'm so proud of it. So we get to build it together. If you'd like to join me there, join me there. My name is Jashebiab. I am the Divine Diamond Designer, and I hope that this helped you, inspired you, and just gave you a little bit of, I can do this, because you can. I love you. I love you. I love you. And as always, love yourself, love everyone else, and have fun doing it. I'll see you in the next video.